Welcome back to Manga Monday. Every week I rank my collection based on personal enjoyment. If you're watching this the day it comes out, I'm moving out of my current apartment today. So that's why this is a little more rushed than usual. I got 3 new series and 1 new volume this week, plus I have some changes to make. I might start doing these videos differently after I move, mostly because I want to organize my collection better. New stuff. Decided to keep reading. I was very vocal about never reading or watching this when I started making manga videos. I don't regret that. Gleipnir I picked up because the cover intrigued me. It reminds me a lot of Jig and Derogatory, but it is very interesting, placing it in the Sig Hell. Finally, I started Soul Eater. It is very different from what I expected, and that threw me, but I liked it. Spy Family and the Sig Hell are all moving up a bit. Looking at what was around them, it just didn't seem right for them to be that low. Okay, here's the entire display reorganized. Numbers at the end as always. I'll also do my little ongoing series update like I did last week. Also, I finally got my JJK0 last Monday if you didn't see that little update. It's nice for that little shipping nightmare to be over and to have completed another series. Only took 6 months for JJK Smiley Face Sill. Speaking of JJK, it's still the best ongoing series right now. Culling Game Megumi is popping off. My Hero is still solid. All the new Jump series are still just missing something for me, and I DK what it is. I think they just feel like the popular stuff, but worse. Welcome back to Manga Monday. Every week on this account I rank everything in my collection based on personal enjoyment. If you didn't see last week's video, I just moved, so here is the time-lapse of me setting everything back up. New stuff. I went a little crazy at the B&N where I just moved to. Here's everything laid out before I start organizing. This process was actually surprisingly fast. Let's get to putting everything back. I'll show everything at the end with numbers like I always do. My dressed up darling is something I've heard great things about and I've been trying to find for a while. It 100% lived up to the hype for me. I was shocked how much I enjoyed it. It could easily land in my top 10 by the time I finish it. This section will probably get shuffled again soon. I found volume 3 of Our Teachers Are Dating yesterday. The cover was a lot. Haven't had time to read it yet. New B&N had volumes 2 and 4 of Soul Eater Perfect Edition. My dad has my volume 1 because he wanted to read it. My Spy Family volume 3 finally got delivered and I found 5 and 6 at B&N, so I'm almost caught up. It's going to be hard to keep up with all this stuff since I have a temp job and I'm looking for a full-time one. I might be posting less from now on. I also bought the Attack on Titan season for Part 1 box set. And Cat Massage Therapy, but I haven't had time to read it yet, so I'll place it next week. Alright, here's the entire collection. Close up of the entire display now. I got a lot of new equipment for Christmas, so my videos are going to be changing a lot over the next few weeks. Hopefully for the better. I have a capture card for the gaming videos now, ring light for manga videos, and a phone holder for art videos. It's just a matter of finding the time now. It feels so strange that this has turned into a sort of side job for me since it started out just being for fun. Then videos were a way for me to relax and do something I enjoyed after class, and now I'm spending hours on recording, editing. It's wild. I miss when this was just a fun way for me to relax. That's enough, sad boy. Numbers coming up. Welcome back to Manga Monday. Every week on this account I rank everything in my collection based on personal enjoyment. Here are last week's rankings. I got one new series that I didn't have time for last week. A new volume that just came out and another collector's piece I'm not going to rank. I'll have the list with numbers at the end like always. This week I'm trying to hunt down Sayonara Football Volume 7 and Soul Eater Perfect Edition 3. We'll see how that goes. There's nothing new that's on my radar until the 18th, so hopefully I can catch up on more reading this week. I also started watching out with my mom this weekend though, so that's probably going to take up most of my usual reading time. New stuff: Big Evangelion, Mashalfur and Cat Massage Therapy from last week. I'm pretty stoked about these, but I have one change to make before I start placing them. My dress-up darling is incredible. All of the characters are so interesting and unique to other romance. My dad has my Mashal 3. Big Ava. Cat Therapy is cute, but not interesting. Alright, here's the new display. And here's the new order. Numbers coming up next. I decided not to rank Ava because it's more of a collector's item for me than an actual book that I got to read and rank. I have such a weird relationship with that series to start with. At the time of captioning this, the new Jump chapters aren't out, so I'll give my comments about ongoing stuff next week. Welcome back to Manga Monday. Every week on this account I rank everything in my collection based on personal enjoyment. Here's last week's rankings. This week I have one new volume and one major change to make. I wasn't able to get my hands on the new Sayonara Football Volume or Soul Eater Perfect Edition, but what I did get was exciting. I have a few more things coming in the mail over the next few weeks, and I'm still looking for the aforementioned missing volumes, but besides that I'm probably not going to be getting much new stuff for a while. I still have a lot to catch up on, so it's for the best. Finally got Hell's Paradise Volume 2. Just got it, so I haven't had time to read it yet though. The big change is that I'm dropping July and April to Below Goodbye My Rose Garden. It is still the series that got the biggest emotional reaction out of me, but when it comes to personal enjoyment, the three it fell below bring more. Okay, here's the entire display with the new rankings. No new chapters this week, so instead I'll talk about the anime that I'm watching or in. I mentioned last week that my mom was trying to catch up on Out before the new part started, and we finished just in time. She really enjoyed it. My Dressed Up Darlings anime started this week and it's great. The outro was the biggest standout because it's super stylish. Speaking of intros and outros, the new out intro is my favorite right away. The visuals are killer and Sim was the perfect pick to sing it. Also, I did watch the last episode of Comey, but I didn't do a reaction because I thought last week's was the finale, so I was super late. Welcome back to Manga Monday. Every week on this account I rank everything in my collection based on personal enjoyment. Here are the rankings from last week. I lied last week when I said I wouldn't be picking anything up for a while. I got one new series and one back order into early releases. I also have one chance to make to the existing order. Numbers at the end like always. Here's all the new stuff. Still missing Volume 2. Still missing Volume 3. Spy Fam is moving up a little. Volume 3 early. Missing 3. Record of Ragnarok is pretty good. I also got these Little 9 mascots at GameStop. Full updated display with new rankings. Numbers coming up after. I'll also do my ongoing manga update during numbers, no spoilers though. Having new Demon Slayer, My Dressed Up Darling and Attack on Titan episodes all come out on Sundays is both overwhelming and so fun. I might do a full video about My Dressed Up Darling soon, but all the TikToks I've seen about have been gross, so I might avoid dipping my toes into that cesspool. We finally got new Jump chapters. Jujutsu Kaisen was fire, My Hero was fine, and I dropped Doran Doran and Aishiman. Hey, it's another Manga Monday. Every week on this account I rank everything in my collection based on personal enjoyment. Here are last week's rankings. I got a bunch of stuff in the mail this week that I had backordered, and I got the new Jump volumes early. Plus I found the first volume of a series I've been trying to find for a while. I don't have any major changes to make yet, but the shelves are going to get shuffled because of all the new volumes I got. Here's all the new stuff from this week. JJK 14 early. CSM 9 early. Nana is the new one. Sail Football 7 finally. Solita Perfect 3. Hell's Paradise 3. Full Display is back up and ready, but no order changes. Nana was placed just above Sayonara Football. I'll most likely have changes, but nothing new next week. Stay tuned to find out. I may have a new figure then too. Ongoing series update. JJK is still going super strong. But I don't remember a single thing from the new MHA chapter and I just read it. Oops. I'm also going to try to get Volume 2 of Red Hood in Japanese, but even if I do, it'll take a few weeks to ship here. Welcome back to Manga Monday. Every week on this account I rank my entire collection based on personal enjoyment. I got to new volumes this week and upgraded one series to its box set. My dad just started Chainsaw Man, so that's why my Volume 1 space is empty right now. I took advantage of B&N's off pre-orders this past weekend, so I won't be getting any new series for a while. I got the A Silent Voice box set. I wish the poster had the sides relevant to ASB though. Other random extras. Kanako Volume 3. Komi 17 early. Get in your spots. They all have such pretty covers and spines. Everything is back in place. I think I'll have some ranking changes next week, but I haven't had time to read a lot recently. I might make a video later this week going through my reading list and seeing how much I can get done. That'll replace a series spotlight slot on the schedule I posted on my Twitter. I'm using my Twitter for schedules and polls from now on, so I don't have to go to war with the algorithm every time I need to do a poll, and so you guys can see what I have planned. I also might go live reading manga like I used to sometime this week, but I DK. Also, if you notice that some of the series here at the bottom are missing, it's because I'm selling the series I've dropped. If you're interested in them, you can find the link to buy them in my link tree. No new MHA chapter this week, but the JJK one was another heater. I might pick Aishiman and Doran Doran back up, but for now, man. Welcome back to Manga Monday. Every week on this account I rank my entire collection based on personal enjoyment. Here's the rankings from last week. For the first time in a while I didn't get anything new this week, but I have a few things in the mail. This is a good time for me to do some major ranking changes that I've been considering for a while. I'm still pretty far behind on my reading since I have so much going on. I'm hoping I can get some reading done tomorrow and Friday when I'm off work. Blue Period is dropping a bit. Soul Eater is taking its place. These two are moving down together. BP's Spot. Hell's Paradise is moving up a little. That's all the ranking changes for now. I'll probably have more next week, but it's not a guarantee that anything I'm behind on will drastically change. Oh yeah, also I'm selling the series I've dropped on Macari if you're interested in buying them from me, I guess. Running out of stickers, rankings with numbers will be at the end. Ongoing series updates. JJK is literally untouchable right now. Literally the GOAT. It seems like things are going to start happening in MHA again soon, which is nice. This current downtime arc has been hard to get through.
I have not done a Manga Monday video since February 7th because back in January, Barnes & Noble had a 25% off pre-orders thing online, and I did that. And what happened was I accidentally had all of those shipments sent to my old grad school apartment instead of where I'm living now. So it took a month for one of those to get here. One of the other ones got diverted right away. It just depended on the shipper. But in that entire month, I didn't make any of these videos, but I've still been collecting new things. So instead of doing this the old way with the voiceover, I'm going to quickly just go through what I've gotten in that month and show it off. This was the ones from the package I was waiting on. Not going to talk about it. I did find Nana Volume 21 in that time. I ended up picking Zom 100 back up. It's still not a series that I love, but it does get more entertaining the further I've gotten into it. My copy of Volume 2 of Love is War finally got here. I did initially find Stories of Water and Flame at Barnes & Noble, but there was only one copy left, and the kid was looking for it. I had it in my hand, so I just gave it to him. But I did eventually pick it up. That was one of the benefits of waiting this month. I was able to find Volume 3 of Sweat and Soap, but I think I'm going to wait for the rest of it until the box set comes out later this year. And after months, I finally got my hands on Blue Flag Volume 2. This is kind of off-brand for me, but I found this SCP light novel that looked kind of interesting, so I did pick this up, but I haven't been able to read it yet, but it does look interesting. I'll let you know on this one. I grabbed Mashle Volume 5. This is actually more for my dad than for me. I'm not actually caught up, but he is. I still haven't read Volume 4 yet. He really loves this series, so I grabbed it for him. I was also able to pick up Volume 30 of My Hero. This Dobby cover is amazing, so I grabbed it, even though I'm not sure if I'm going to keep collecting this series physically, since I've already read it all online. I also picked up Volume 8 of Sayonara Football, a series that I'm actually starting to fall more in love with every volume I read. This cover is also fucking incredible, by the way. Yeah, this series is getting really good. If you're not reading it, I would actually recommend it, especially since Blue Lock doesn't have an English release. Read the soccer manga instead. It's really interesting. Actually, I almost forgot about this one. I got Volume 2 and 3 of Gleipnir. It's an interesting series, so I want to see where it goes, but this is something that's I'm very primed to draw. My biggest pickup of the month, by far, though, is I got all 4 volumes of Boys Run the Riot. I've only read Volume 1 because I waited to buy the rest of them until I read Volume 1. I assume this series would be overhyped because of how much I've heard about it, but it is genuinely incredible. I would recommend this to anyone. It is great. I will shut up and do shelving now and then show the numbers at the end. Hopefully I'll have time to do that. I'm down shelving. I realize it's going to be a problem because my dad has a bunch of my Chainsaw Man volumes right now because he's reading it. I'm going to figure that out, though. Hopefully by next week I'll have them back and it'll look good, but this is going to look like dog shit.
I finally got back to doing Manga Mondays this week, but I ran out of time and had lended a few volumes out, so I ran out of time to show the rankings. So here's me organizing my collection, then I'll show the rankings at the end. I didn't make any changes for this, but there will be changes Monday. While you're here, I just found out about the changes to Tik Tok. They are discouraging videos that are made outside the app. Obviously, this heavily affects my regular Genshin content, and I had noticed a huge drop-off in views. But I didn't really think anything of it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the future to adapt to the change, honestly. I don't want to go back to filming the screen on my phone, because I spent some serious money to upgrade my setup to improve the quality of my videos. I've seen some short-term fixes recommended by some anime editors, but this change sucks. Welcome back to my first proper Manga Monday in a month. Every week on this account I rank everything in my collection based on personal enjoyment. Last week I made a video talking about all the new stuff I got and another organizing and showing the rankings. Usually I do those together like this. I was really hoping to get a ton of reading done this week and do some huge ranking changes. But with March Madness starting, I've been watching basketball in my free time instead of reading. I promise I'll do the major changes next week. You can hold me to that. I'm running low on shelf space. I have a box set box now. I backordered this in November and it just got here. I love this series. I could make an entire video about the catastrophe getting this volume entailed. I showed this in the JJK figure video. This one too. They're both sick though. Putting these babies in their proper places. More in the box set box. Okie dokie, here's the entire display. And here are the rankings again with the new volumes added in. It took a little more shuffling than I expected. That hole between Red Hood and Chainsaw Man is because my Red Hood Volume 3 was supposed to get here this week, but hasn't shown up yet. Alright, I'll shut up for a bit. Rankings at the end like always. I haven't done an ongoing series update in a while. JJK is still peak, and MHA's final arc is getting pretty intense. New online series I started reading are Earthchild and Akane Ganashi. I'm enjoying Akane a little more, but they're both super interesting in different ways.